Listen to what the president said, because he went to a Catholic church, the Soweto Catholic Church in Embakasi East, in keeping with the promise that he had made the day before. Listen to this.
So, hiyo nyumba ya father pale wanaisanda, sawa. Utakuja kuniona Monday ama Tuesday, takutafutia shilingi milioni 5.
All right. The deputy president also was somewhere in Kirinyaga County and made this pledge.
Kwa hivyo sisi ile tuko nayo ni kutoa nini? Sadaka. Wengine wametoa, na hata mimi nikubaliwe nitoe nini? Ya kujenga headquarters. Mambo ya harambee tungojee sheria ile itatengenezwa ya kutusaidia. Sisi kama tumeelewana. Na washukuru wote ambao wametoa sadaka. Mimi nimetumwa na sadaka ya rais ya shilingi milioni 5. Na watu wa press vile tumesikizana, sadaka ndio tunatoa. Mambo ya harambee, we are waiting for the law. Na mimi niko na sadaka pia, hata kama nilikuwa nimebeba sadaka ya mkubwa wangu, na mimi nasindikisha hiyo sadaka na sadaka yangu binafsi ya shilingi milioni 2.
All right, so on that good Sunday, the president's gift was worth 10 million shillings, DP Kindiki 2 million shillings. What is this, and how does this affect the relationship between the state and the church, Mheshimiwa Mushomba?
You know, I keep saying we have migrated from leadership, political leadership, to tokenism. And that is the reason why you see us, members of parliament, senators, behaving the way we are behaving. Because the government, the current government, has just decided that political favoritism is the order of the day. And now we are all going to be waiting for the president to come to your constituency for a church service, for you to get a token that you should ideally get through parliamentary budget process. And it is very sad. It is actually a fallacy for a president to stand on the rooftop of his vehicle and look like he was laughing at the people of Soweto because of their road, telling them that your road looks like as difficult as that one of going to heaven. I mean, how can a whole president talk like that? And he's the CEO. He's the one who is supposed to be actually be reprimanding the county government and his government on why this road looks like this. And the money he gave in charge, for heaven's sake, it's good to give in charge. But I think we are also overdoing. I mean, when you give to one church 5 million shillings, yet there is a small village in Githongori where we cannot even deliver our milk to the collection center. And we only need that 5 million shillings to do that small road. I mean, something is not right. And I think for me, I feel like we are using our political position to attract following and to subdue other leaders so that we can follow some leaders for tokens and favors. And to me, it's completely out of order.
Okay.
I also want to comment on something that Mheshimiwa Gladys talked about and say that any health facility in this country...
So can you hold on that a bit? I'll give you the opportunity to talk about that.
I needed to clear the air.
I will.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I want to go biblical.
Yeah.
You know, Cain made a sacrifice. And you know, what God requires from us is first tithe and a sacrifice. Now, when you make tithe, which is 10%, it is out of what you have earned. And when you make sacrifice, it is also out of what you have earned. Now, I will presume that the monies the president and the deputy are giving is part of the State House budget. It could not be, it may be what they earn, but it may also be part of State House budget. What's supposed to be used?
There's a State House budget for churches?
No. Their own...
For Sadaka?
Yeah, no, not for Sadaka, but what has been budgeted for the office of the president. And that money, if it is not used for purposes of developing and working for the nation, it should be taken back for rebudgeting and should be used in other useful areas in the country. The moment you take stolen money to a church, to a sanctuary, you are actually attracting curses to yourself. And the Bible says you will end up in confusion.
Are you insinuating that money is stolen?
What else could it be? If it was budgeted for purposes of State House, if it is not used for that purpose, it should be taken back to Treasury and rebudgeted for hospitals, for roads, and such things, because it is state money. Only personal money and what is your sacrifice is what you give to a church. Any other monies you give to that church, then it is stolen money. And therefore, your sacrifice will not be different from the one of Cain. And it will not please God. And you know what follows if you make that. So I'll really encourage leaders. Stolen monies should not be given for God's purposes. God is not poor. God is the owner of everything. And God wants to see your clean heart in your sacrifices and in your tithing. And therefore, you must explain where you have gotten this money to go and give as tokens in churches and even to conduct an Arambi. What they did was actually to conduct an Arambi, yet they have stopped us from doing Arambis for churches.
Professor Kindiki says that is not Harambe, it's Sadaka.
But he knows his lie. He knows it means the other. I thank God, you know, Professor Kindiki, just like myself, we are children of the clergy. He must know better what it is. So I think politicians should know very carefully that the sanctuary is never played with, God is never mocked, and we should be truthful. We should not use the state money, you know, to enhance ourselves unfairly against others and to play around with the sanctuary.
All right. Now, at the Embu event, at the ordination of Bishop Peter Kimani, part of the sermon by the Apostolic Nuncio was about the brown envelope. One person noted it and spoke about it, former President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Nikimalizia kwa sababu ya mvua, ningependa kwa heshima kubwa sana nikuombe my Lord Bishop nikuletee zawadi yangu saa hii, kwa sababu mimi Mheshimiwa Rais akimaliza kuongea mimi nitatoroka. Mambo ya speed hii na makelele siwezi siku hizi, inanipatia headache. Kwa hivyo mimi ningependa tumalizane mapema ndio mimi nitoke pole. Sini namna hiyo? Sini namna hiyo? Na Nuncio, mi bahasha yangu ni ya white, sio ya brown ile ulikuwa unasema. Yangu haina mambo mingi, ni zawadi kidogo tu ya rafiki, si ndio?
All right, so Deputy Speaker, what are we dealing with here? That you have gifts being given in church and given different names. The President is telling the priest kuja unione State House. Deputy President is anapeana 5 million from the President and calls it Sadaka. I thought Sadaka is actually an offering, which is in secret. You don't announce it. You know, you're now trying to tell me to start interrogating and analyzing people's faith. I think when you give to the church, it is personal. It is between you and your God. So why announce it? No, I'm saying how you decide to do it is personal between you and your God. So it is not for me to start saying, I think we should do it this way or do it that way. I think that is... I'm not asking you at a personal level. I'm asking you as a member who sits in the National Assembly to oversight the executive. These are the leaders of the executive that have said, including the president himself, that fundraising is banned. And that is why Professor Kindiki is actually quoting the president. But then you give in church and you announce it. What is the source of that money? I think you seem to have some thoughts about it. Why don't you explain to us what your thoughts are? Because no. You're trying to make me say what you want to hear. If you don't have an answer, it's okay to say you don't have an answer. Yes, I said it's personal. So that you can make progress. Tithing is personal, and how someone does it, it's how they
decide their relationship with their God is. So it's nothing to do with me.